We are tracking the powerful Hurricane Lee in the Atlantic. Jordan Steele from our partners at the Weather Channel has more. Jordan, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Nate. Here's the latest. Hurricane Lee, that major hurricane spitting at 120 miles per hour in the Atlantic. Now, this thing just went through a second eye wall replacement cycle, which means it may strengthen briefly before moving into cooler waters. Those cooler waters, by the way, left by Hurricane Franklin and Idalia. So the next 24 to 36 hours, Lee's going to turn northwest and eventually to the north. We know the model guidance continues to agree on placement just west of Bermuda. That's the good news. The not so good news is what happens after that. By this weekend, there's still so much confusion up here into parts of the Northeast. We know we're going to see impacts, and those impacts are going to be huge waves and dangerous rip currents for all of our East Coast locations. Speaking of which, we are still tracking several storms after Lee, you guys, and those could be inching closer to home. Nate, back to you.
Jordan Steele,
thank you.
The
Northeast is expecting heavy rain today. Severe storms this weekend have caused nearly 2,900 flight cancellations and more than 11,000 delays in the U.S. This as Hurricane Lee is gaining strength again in the Atlantic. Meteorologist Melissa Griffin joins me now for more on that. Melissa, what are you watching?
Hey, Diane, you know, massive storms caused massive flight delays over the weekend, and it's all because of this stalled frontal boundary. We saw daily record rainfall in New York City, and take a look, flood watches issued yet again for so much of the I-95 corridor. From New York City to Hartford, Providence, Rhode Island, all the way up to Boston now. Rounds of heavy rain expected today, so another wet day in store to start the week. It dries out a bit on Tuesday, then Wednesday, more rain before hopefully a more fall-like air mass moves in. And then, of course, we have to talk about Hurricane Lee. The 11 a.m. update just came out. Still a major hurricane with winds up to 120 miles per hour, and it's crawling, barely moving there. But you can see it finally picks up speed as we head into the middle end of the week, and it will start to weaken a bit as it moves north. Bermuda need to watch closely, but I think it's going to pass it to the west, and then we'll be watching it very closely up and down the eastern seaboard from Florida all the way to New England. We're watching for dangerous rip currents, beach erosion, and huge waves. Take a look at the timing here. It gets the closest to places like the mid-Atlantic coast from Thursday evening with waves 30 to 50 feet way out there, 10 to 20 feet closer to the coast. And then this is Saturday morning. Places in New England are going to have to watch this closely. We're still about a week away, so we'll have to see exactly how close it gets to the coast. But definitely some wind, waves, and of course those rip currents right into the weekend. Diane will be watching it very closely.
All right, meteorologist Melissa Griffin. Thanks, Melissa.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.